Hey guys, and welcome back to the road to 1600. Coming off a loss last game, and I played this game directly after my previous game, and I think I was trying to chase that loss a little bit. I didn't like how bad I played, and I didn't want to end the day on that, so I jumped into this game, which didn't end up much better, for very different reasons that we'll get into. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So, as I'm playing white, you guys know that I like to play London. And I'm going to go kind of quick here through the first couple moves because it's all pretty routine. So, setting up shop, keeping an eye on that light squared bishop. You know, he kind of brings everything out kind of normal. And I also bring things out kind of normal. You know, I see that bishop here. And I know that if he takes, I'm just going to take back, and I'm actually going to get a little bit of development out of it. So I'm not too upset about that. So I take this opportunity to develop. And again, if he takes, I'm just going to replace. So let's also start the attack over here, and let's force him to make a decision. He takes, I take back, perfect. So whenever I get pressure here, I rock back. You know, for the most part, I have my first 10 moves or so pretty scripted as I play white. And if you look at the bar over on the left, I was doing pretty good. You know, I had a pretty good advantage. I had these files nice and open. You know, I was able to move my knight up here. Really not too upset. And I love it when they castle kingside when I'm playing the London, because then I can just run right up in here. Or if I can get out here and kind of come up, or if I can attack with my rook over here. I got options. So, and here's where I kind of start to mess up a little bit. And I got so excited because I saw this open file right here. And I'm like, oh, sick. What I'll do is I'll fall back here with my bishop. I'll push up here. And then I'm just going to run in, put my queen right here after I do something with this knight. And that'll be it. So he brings his knight in. Okay, I fall back. Maybe I should have taken there, but we're pretty much back to even. So he takes over here, and now I'm like, got my eyes all wide. I'm like, oh my God, if I go up here, if he takes my rook, if he gets real greedy and takes my rook, I'm going to go in here and checkmate because that's the only thing I can think of. So I'm like, boom, I'm going to do it. And the computer's like, nah, there's no way he's going to let you do that. And that's true. He brings in his pawn, kind of shutting out his knight a little bit. So I just take that opportunity to scoop up the knight, which was apparently the wrong move. And here's where I really messed up and where I'm really kicking myself for just like being so simple, not simple-minded, well, I guess, but so focused on the one play where I should have just slid up, abandoned my existing plan, and taken with my pawn. But I was like, no, I don't want to sacrifice my structure. So I back away because he was also threatening my queen, and that just pretty much loses me, you know, all the momentum there. Because I want to stay on these white files right here to try to get into the king's house. And that's just like, I need to do a better job of adapting on the fly. Because I'm doing so much better on time. You know, everything is going fine. Okay, he comes over. I was like, let's just try to get something going over here on the king's side. All right, perfect. You're going to let me break open your pawn chain? Perfect. If you take me, I can bring my bishop in for check. Okay, perfect. Computer likes that. We're kind of back to about even. Okay, so I just run in there for check. You know, in my mind, checks aren't a bad thing. Where I'm going to go after this, I don't know. But I know that I want to be in your house here. And maybe I should have actually come in, like if I back up a step here, maybe I should have come in with my, with my queen first and then come up. I don't know. And then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. And this is where I messed up. So we're kind of like 50-50 in terms of percentages here. So after I come up for check, he dodges. I bring my queen in for check. And I'm thinking to myself, there's something here. I have 3 relatively active pieces on the king side. There has to be some way that I can figure this out. And like, again, kind of similar to my last game, like, I don't know. Something is here. I know something is here. I don't know what it is. And so I'm like, all right, when in doubt, just go into check and figure it out after that. And I probably should have scooped up the bishop after this, but he moves in, blocking with the bishop. So I'm like, all right, let's just go in with check. And I'm moving the same piece over and over again, and my dark squared rook really never gets a chance to get involved in this game until way later. And so he moves away, and I've pretty much put all my eggs into that one basket to try to checkmate on the king side, and he slithered out of it, and I don't really have a good backup plan, and I'm down a piece. So it's all kind of downhill from here, and we got a long game, so I'm going to go relatively quickly here for the rest of the game. So check, dodge a check, scoop up the pawn, threaten the queen, move the queen over, pin the knight to the king, breaks the pin, bring the rook over. He threatens the bishop, move the bishop. All right, let's trade rooks. No, let's not trade rooks. Let's trade pawns. Check, check, block the check, another check. I'm threatening with 2 pieces, but I really don't know how to get more pieces involved. You know, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces involved right now, and I realistically only have 2 because I kind of put all my eggs into the one basket. So check, 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 pin. Let's start getting crazy here. Okay, trade rooks. Okay, he's brought his other rook in. I'm not doing great. He slides over, check, but also, I just hung my queen. Oh, this was the worst. That was the worst. I was absolutely kicking myself when I just hung my queen out to dry like that for check. I'm such an idiot. Oh, that hurt. I was kicking and screaming during that one, but he didn't see it. He didn't see it. Oh my God. So I was like, oh my God, not again. I have to play better. I have to pay attention. That is the universe telling me I need to do way better. Okay, he brings his rook over. I get out of this because there's kind of a lose-lose situation everywhere. Okay, I don't really care about that. Let's threaten. Okay. I'm pretty much losing this entire time. Okay, let's take that. Okay, check. I scoop it up. Okay, great. Okay. We're back in it, kinda. The computer seems to think we're kinda back in it. He made a mistake there, and I was able to get 2 pieces for the price of 1. I messed this up. I was so used to just moving the queen, I forgot about moving my rook. I moved my queen over. If I had moved my rook over, check, he'd have to move somewhere, and then I could take his queen, lose my rook, and now it's down to a bishop and a queen endgame. Oh, gosh, that sucks. But I should have traded queens there. I should have traded queens. And I didn't see this at all, and I was really kicking myself that when his bishop was staring at my queen the whole time. This bishop has been here the whole game. Literally the whole game. And so I lost sight of it. I wasn't playing well. I wasn't thinking clearly. So, boom, lost my queen, and everything is pretty much done. There's a ton more moves in this game. So I'm going to go relatively quick because I thought I was going to be able to come back. But it was all just really bad. So I essentially lose everything. This pawn comes down, promotes, and I get ladder mated at the end. So it was rough. Fair play to him. I played like absolute garbage. I need to pay more attention. I need to do a better job of analyzing my situation, looking at the board vision, looking at which of his pieces have eyes where. I've messed that up 4 different times. and I had the advantage early on, and we played the game that I wanted to play. I got the setup I wanted, I got his castle where I wanted. I had a chance to play this game better than I did. So these last 2 games I played back to back, and I played this game because I was trying to chase the loss of last game, and I was like, I don't want to end on that. I want to play another one. And I wasn't in the best headspace to be playing another one. I needed to take a break and relax and think a little bit more clearly. So, long game here. Didn't end up well for me. My lone soldier out there. Sorry, bud. So, we'll wrap up. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If this is the first time finding the channel, feel free to like and subscribe as I continue to learn and hopefully grow. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.